Hey everybody, John here, obviously. And I'm going to tell you a little story about the video that I made yesterday and took all day doing it that I can't show you now. A few weeks ago, somebody asked me in a comment, all this stuff in the background of your living room, your set, is that for show or is that for real? Well, do you use it? And I do use it, which is why it's messy a lot of the time. And somebody suggested I do a DIY or a build video, which yesterday I did do, and it was a little art project, and I'll tell you roughly what it was. I started with a piece of framed African sculpture in the same format as this, which is like a frame with a little box and a sculpture inside of it. Not that one. I had another one. I took it apart and I rebuilt the box part of it to be deeper, and then I took the sculpture out and I put something else in, and I was going to put it on the wall as like a satirical object in the style of like a fire extinguisher in case of emergency break glass, except there was a paintball gun that looked like a pistol in the case, and it was going to be in case of zombie break glass. And it took an awfully long time because filming and editing basically makes the project 10 times more work. Anyway, I had a lot of fun making it. But you're not going to see it, and it's not going to go on my wall because the whole, deadly violence gun thing, it's just, I'm not into that groove. It's just not, I don't like it. And I got online after I did this, after I had it all finished last night to go check the news and see what the heck's going on in the world. And I see this picture, which probably most of you have already seen. Now, I don't know too many of the details of this, and I kind of don't want to. This is a guy who went to an Antifa Black Lives Matter rally with a pistol, LARPing in real world with live ammunition. His life is going to be screwed up for a long time, not least of which because he's got a bullet hole in his arm. And kind of that's what I want to talk about, but not in the way that everybody else seems to be talking about this. Like everybody who's talking about the street violence and the riots and lighting the courthouse on fire in Portland, and 80 days of riots, and they're going into the suburbs and shining lights in people's houses and shouting through megaphones, "Wake the F up," for 80, 90 days? And there seems to be two main sides to the story. There's two sides. There's they're peaceful protesters, lighting peaceful fires, peacefully assaulting, peacefully terrorizing each other. Okay. Shooting children, shooting each other. Yeah, no. Okay, that's utter nonsense. And then the other side is send in the troops and crack heads, right? That's the other side. Send federal agents in, send them all to jail, build the deepest, darkest dungeon, prison, throw them all in it. Neither of these two narratives are actually helpful. And yeah, it's true, they're criminals. This is true. This is violent crime on the streets. This is a society coming unglued. Why is it coming unglued? Is this naturally occurring? Or are these people just normal, well-adjusted, okay, maybe a little angry, but of normal psychology, looking at injustice in the world and scratching their head and saying, well, yeah, you know what the right thing to do is? To mask up and get a firearm and go terrorize my neighborhood or someone else's neighborhood for 80 days in a row. No. And the Black Lives Matter, the rage over mistreatment by the police is now manifesting as we live in this pervasive, systematic, white supremacist ethno state, and we must smash it, and every white person must evacuate their house and give their house to a black family, blah, 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 blah. These are psychotic ideas, but they're ideas being fabricated and fed to the public. So we are quite clearly in a civil war. I mean, that's nobody wants to say that. A civil war is coming, it's coming. No, we're in it. This is a civil war. But it's not a civil war of a naturally occurring angry civilian population. It's a civil war being manufactured and fabricated, and we are paying for that to happen. Children go to school and are radicalized by their teachers, and that's done with our money. So your children, if you have any children, are being told by their teachers that the family structure that you used to create your children and raise them is fundamentally evil and must be smashed, and the children must pledge allegiance to the Central Party, the Communist Party. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but only just the sliver. Same thing with high school. That the educational system, elementary school, high school, college, which ostensibly has the purpose of educating, providing skills and knowledge to children and young adults, and forming an unformed amoeba of a human animal into a productive, happy, well-adjusted, and hopefully prosperous member of civil society. That's supposed to be the job done. Instead, what they're doing is they're turning civilians into mentally twisted, rage-filled, resentful soldiers, militia soldiers, whose goal it is to tear down and destroy the civilization that they are a part of. And this isn't a foreign enemy. This isn't a foreign hostile nation waging war. We are funding this. Your tax dollars are paying for the training of your own children into soldiers to destroy the family that they're a part of, the society that they're a part of, to raze to the ground the social, legal, and civil institutions that comprise Western civilization. So, okay, send in the troops, crackheads, or allow them to burn the building down. They're peaceful. It's a peaceful fire. It's peaceful bullets. It's peaceful violence. Those two sides are stupid. Yeah, you're looking at the end result of all of a bunch of stuff, not the beginning, not the cause. So why don't we just stop paying for the social institutions that are supposed to provide education? Stop paying them, because what they're actually doing is radicalizing and twisting the minds of young adults into people who think it's a viable idea to go get a handgun and run out in the street and trade shots with another armed civilian until one of them, or maybe both of them, end up with bullet holes in them and some of them die. The guy with the hole in his arm, his life is going to be altered because of that hole. Never mind his criminal record, never mind the social impact that having killed someone is going to have on him. He's physically crippled now because he thought it would be a good idea and a great deal of fun to put on his little skater shoes and his little backpack and his little pistol and pop that little pistol at people, and yet he's LARPing with live ammunition. He probably was mentally ill when he started, but our social institutions, our media, the vast majority of the mainstream political left, the media, the news readers, and the entertainment media, and the educational system, all of whom are supposed to be responsible adults being part of this great system of Western civilization, are in fact turning young people into angry, twisted militia members who want to burn society to the ground and erect in its place a magical utopia that cannot exist and will never exist. Instead, what they're going to create is hell on earth, as we've seen some examples of in various cities where the rioting is going on. That's the world they're going to build, a world on fire, a world where 30-year-old skater boys shoot each other in the streets. The guy should be working at Kinko's. Instead, he's out with a pistol in his hand and a hole in his arm. Well, you can go crack heads, but you're not solving the problem. We need to stop funding the institutions that turn civilians into twisted, angry enemies of society. Defund the universities. Now, obviously, you watch this video, or a couple of hundred people watch this video, we're all going to organize, let's just go turn the switch. I mean, clearly, my video isn't going to do that. And each of you, if you just go and repeat this message, isn't going to do that. But we need to realize that looking at the riots, or looking at the police, we need to train the police better, or defund the police, or tamper with the police, turn the dial to the left or to the right. No. That's stupid. That's stupid. You need to stop turning civilians into people whose goal it is to tear down civilization. Because all the rest of this is tail end results from that. And it's your money paying to do it. So let's turn off the money at the universities, shut them down. Now, I know the universities do a lot of really awesome stuff. Medical research, architecture, engineering, STEM fields, literature, humanities. All of these are important, but they're not doing that job. Instead, they're turning your children into angry, twisted, rage-filled, resentful, vindictive sociopaths who think it's a good idea to go get a gun and run around the street and shoot people. That psychosis is being fed to your children, fed to the public. So why don't we cut off the money? That needs to be the conversation, not the, oh, are we going to send federal troops in or would send federal troops out? That's the Band-Aid. That's the Band-Aid. That's the surface. That's not the cause. Anyway, thanks for watching. And as always, have a lovely day. Oh yeah, I'm a really bad YouTuber. I always forget. I always forget. I never tell people that they should subscribe. I never tell them to click the bell for notifications. As a consequence, my channel is going in the toilet. So, if you like this, say something in the comments, click the bell, subscribe if you want to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a lovely